Today we are talking about the unseen world. The unseen world. I sat down to have a discussion with God concerning this topic, and I was amazed what God has to say. The unseen world. We are here. Do we have any place like that? That is a question somebody will ask. Do we have a world that is unseen? Or our life is just dependent on the things that we see? Our life is just controlled by the things that we see. There are people that says that if I don't see, I cannot believe. Jesus says, blessed are those that do not see but believe. So, which means that there are things that exist that you cannot see. And I'm not just a teacher. Because I am an apostle, I've been given the authority or the chance to move through some of these realms. If this world is all there is to it, when your loved one dies, where do they go? Or life just ends after we die? Then why do people say they saw a ghost? Some people will say it is a spirit that possessed those people. Where are those spirits coming from? Everything in our world suggests that there is some place our physical eyes cannot see. And if we claim to be Christians who worships a God that cannot be seen, then it means that he dwells in a place where our physical eyes cannot see. And yet he's our Father, and we need to have communication and consent with him. Because of that, I need to teach you how to access the unseen realm and how to have control in that dimension. Are we together? The unseen realm is real. There are several scriptures in the Bible that talks about the world we cannot see. There is so much importance placed on that world. If you are going to walk in this life having control over your day-to-day activity, you need to also have a share. As I said, wunya dibiebi ewo sunsum wiase. Ewo wiase ayem fa ye nihu. Otherwise, someone will plan your life for you. You can live in this life and die and not know who exactly you are. Because your real identity, the file that covers who you are and what you should be, is not recorded in any book on this earth. The oldest book that records your identity is the birth certificate or your weighing card. So there is no book that is qualified to define you. That is why you cannot say, because I failed in science, I am not good enough. Because that book is not part of what defines you. Which means that your origin is connected to a world you cannot see. Are you following? Today I'm taking you a little bit deeper into some waters. I have to teach you to understand. I need to assume you are matured to carry some weight in the spirit. I need to assume that there is something in you that is yearning for a bigger thing. Is Christianity all that there is? Christosum no eno ani. See yebeba sorry, yabetonyum, ya kofi, ya ba sorry, ya tonyum, ya to offering, ya kofi, Christosum no eno ani. And now I say bibi wo ho a yenim. Se Christosum no eno ani dia mempe. Christians are the most ignorant people on earth. very ignorant. We don't know anything, and we don't want to know, because instead of following the Spirit, we are following doctrine. What Apostle Markion wrote, John Wesley wrote. We have left the Spirit and we are concentrating on the letter. And when the letter disappoints us, we say, God has disappointed me. When you have never had a relationship with Him. The secret of my power and strength is that I find time in His presence. I romance with this Spirit called God. I allow Him to pour in me His seed. You see, all that we see happening around us, the relationship between a man and a woman, the main reason why there will not be marriage in heaven is because marriage is meant to teach us how to dwell with God on earth. So failing your marriage means that you have not been able to understand your relationship with God. And most of you have been married to the wrong spirit. You have gone in covenant with the wrong spirit. You have been in the wrong atmosphere. And God is saying, come back. I will accept you. The relationship between a man, which is a lesser God, and God. That is why they call the woman the weaker vessel. Because woman represents the human race, and a man represents the God. That is why the Bible insists that a woman should be submissive, because you cannot expect a God to submit to man. Baby, a free new. So immediately you go against that law, you cannot be with God. It's not possible. That is why if someone says, I dishonored my husband, and yet you came to church and you knelt down and lifted your hand, you don't understand spirituality. Because the one you had a covenant with, that I will submit to you and love you, you have dishonored him, and you have come to church to kneel down to a God you cannot see. And it is the responsibility of the man to protect, provide, care for, love. And that is why you see that you have done all the crazy things, but you go back to God, He accepts you. The power of love. That is how God wants His men to love their wives. Because women by nature are weak. They will make mistakes. They will talk how they shouldn't talk. Their emotions will overflow. And all these things are needed for you to know how humanity is. This is how we treat God. How long, or when was the last time you spent time with God? When was the last time you spent time with God? So when it comes to our relationship with God, the best way to understand it on earth is marriage. So yes, there is an unseen world. And today I want to take you in and introduce you to that unseen world, so that you will not be a casualty of spiritual dealings. Because the witch in your house has knowledge of the unseen world and can transact business in that world. Are you getting me? The work of your pastor is not to be the eye for you in the unseen world. No. The work of your pastor is to teach you how to have access to the unseen world. So when your pastor stands on the altar and tells you, I feel you should give offering, the unseen world is not a place you feel. It's a place you have to see. You have to be sure, because dealings in the unseen world cannot be returned, cannot be overturned, cannot be reversed. You have to be sure what you are doing. Okay, so whilst we do not look at the things which are seen, but are the things which are not seen. So we do not look at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen. Say and share eniyama yedi enihu, but eniyama yemfa yenihu. Now he's telling you to see things that are unseen. This thing does not make sense. The thing is unseen. You are telling me to see. Are we together? Now let's continue. Why is he saying that? But are the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal. The things which are not seen are eternal. There are two worlds. According to today's teaching, there are two worlds. There is more than two worlds. But today, for you to understand, there are two worlds. The earth, which is the physical place. Now, if you study very well, there is nothing that has been created on this earth. Nothing. Everything you see on this earth is a manifestation of something that has been created in the unseen world. So in this world, no man can say, I am the first to create this thing. No. Because according to the rule of creation, the materials that are needed to bring things together, you have to get it yourself. So the carpenter cannot say that he is the first person to create a chair like this. Why? Because when we talk about creation, creation is when you make something come into being out of nowhere. But this man had wood. Are you getting what I'm saying? So no one can say I created. Even the world we live in today is a recreation. It is not a creation, it's a recreation. That is why in the book of Genesis, he said in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Everything stopped. Then he came back and said the earth was without form and void. Darkness was upon the face of the deep. Where did the earth come from? God created it. From where? Okay, heaven and earth. We should understand that God created it. Where did the darkness come from? Where did the deep come from? Where did the water come from? That means that it was created before. Something went on, broke the creation, destroyed everything. God took his time and came back and recreated. So he was rearranging. Water should gather, let dry land appear. The dry land was already there. He just caused the dry land to appear. So if you are in this world and you think that if you are only focusing on the seen things, if you are only focusing on what the system of the world has said, and you will be exceptional, you bring something that no man has done, it's a lie. You will have to copy from something that has already happened in the earth. And the earth, by its own design, repeats things that has happened. So in this world, if you are thinking that, oh, I am waiting to bring something new on earth, you will not succeed. If your life is just dependent on this natural world, you will not succeed. Because this world has not been designed to accept the production of new things. It cannot bear it. It cannot happen. That is why we have not had any human being whose head is 5. The same way God created man, man has been reproducing itself. We have been regenerating ourselves like that. Why? Because the earth, this earth, earth A, is the earth of manifestation. It is the earth where whatever has been done is brought to the physical. So, if you were born into a poor family, it is not hard work that makes you break the poverty. No matter what you do, you will work hard, you will marry a rich man, you will do whatever you do, because it is in your family, in the earth realm, that you are poor. Poverty will look for you, catch you, and deal with you. It is in you. Because poverty is supposed to be procreating and becoming stronger by every generation. So from generation 1, if the poverty was 5%, by the time it gets here it's 10%. By the time it gets here it's 15%. By the time it gets here it's about 30%. And it keeps going and going. When there is a sickness that gets into your family through bloodline, you realize that this person died by that sickness. This other person will die by that sickness. Like that, because the earth, whatever enters the earth realm will continue manifesting. So you ask yourself, where did it come from? How was it introduced into our life? So, what happens is that somebody goes into Earth 2 or the unseen realm, and in that place, that is where decisions are taken for manifestation. That is where things are created for manifestation. So whatever you are going through, it is either you created it or somebody created it for you. Your reality has been created and dumped on you. Adena wo femuno, ye wo wiase bia ye nwen niama wo ho. Ye wo wiase bia ade omutimi di ade foforo eba wiase. Nti so mo nwen wo ho a, no mo de abeto wiase fo so. Wiase a ye hu ade wo ho. Wiase a obetimi ehu se we na ekoso. Nti omo nwen wo wiase a wo mfa wani hu a, no mo de abeto so wo wiase a ye di yani hu. Na sa wiase we mu nso no, sa ade bi to so a ewo ebewo sa enwuda, because the earth is meant to sustain whatever has been brought from the spirit realm. So if there is a curse in your life, the main reason why the curse does not die is because you don't have the authority to stand on this earth and break the curse. That thing, I break the curse, it doesn't break. When was the last time you stood somewhere and the pastor said, I break the curse? You said amen, and you went to the house and the curse broke. It doesn't break like that. So in our life, there is a curse that is upon the family, that all women marry and they are maltreated by their men and they come home. And it keeps happening. And you have prayed and fasted and nothing is stopping. And it keeps happening. It keeps happening. Do you know why? It's simple. You need a man, because it was manufactured in the spirit realm to put a curse on that family. You need a man who is also spiritually inclined to go into the spirit realm where it can be manufactured, the unseen realm, manufacture an antidote and touch it with it. That thing dies. That is how you deal with generational curses. That is how you deal with spiritual problems. That is how you deal with problems in the bloodline. If you don't, it will regenerate, come stronger and overcome you. You will be battered in this life, no matter how spiritual you think you are. You have prayed, you have fasted, you have given offering, and you are still battered. Why? Because the equation is, you cannot solve everything, or you cannot solve anything in this realm. This realm is a realm of manifestation. So to solve anything, go to where it is created. Go to the beginning of time. Go to Chronos and manufacture your results from there and impose it in the manifestation realm. And when you do that, what you have manufactured and brought will start manifesting. And because it is stronger, it starts killing what was there. And all of a sudden, your family is having a new trait. Obusiana starts to say, yeah. Your family is doing well. Your family is giving birth. Your family is staying in marriage. Your family has patience. Why do you think that after all the prayers and anger therapy, you still become angry like? Whenever there is breakthrough coming, you get angry. You spoil everything. Then your eye belly. Eyes clear. Something has been manufactured. A force that is greater than the physical flesh has been manufactured and has been put in the bloodline. It keeps going. It keeps growing. So when it happens like that, rise up and go to the source and manufacture something new. That is why it seems witches are powerful. Because their dealings are not done in the physical realm. No, it will not work. You want money? You cannot get money in this physical realm. No. No. Hard work is good. Very good. But it doesn't give money. I work hard. But I'm not working hard because I want money. Because that's not how to get money. I'm working hard because I am under obligation to meet a target for my Lord. Since we consider and look not to the things that are seen, but the things that are not, that are unseen. The things that are unseen. For the things that are visible, they are temporal. So you realize that you go to deliverance service and a pastor will lay his hands on you and a demon will come out. And for some 3 months, your life is okay. After some few days, after some few months, the problem starts again. That solution in the earth realm, in the sin realm, is temporal. It's temporal. Colossians 1:16. It said, for it was in him that all things were created. In heaven and on earth. It was in him that all things were created. So now we are looking at the source of creation. We are looking for where creation can be done. And now the Bible is telling us that if you are looking for the source, the beginning point of creation, it is in him. Who? For it was in him that all things were created. All things were created in him, but manifested on earth. Okay, let's continue. For it was in him that all things were created, both in heaven and on earth. Things seen and unseen. Whether thrones, dominions, rulers, or authorities. All things were created and exist through him, by his service, intervention, and in and for him. So now I have a problem. The Bible says all things were created by him, which means that poverty was created by him, or was created in him. Poverty, sickness, affliction, sin was not created by the devil. It was created by God. But it was a punishment system that was created for spirits. Spirits are so untouchable that when you know, spirits cannot get sick. Spirits don't get sick. So when they do something and then God reduces their ability and they get to a point where they start getting sick, that is a punishment system God has set apart to make spirits vulnerable, weak in their dealings. How many of you knows Nsawam prison? You know that place? Let me see you. Okay. You know, Nsawam prison is part of Ghana, but it's not everyone that is permitted to go there. Nsawam prison is part of Ghana, but you cannot go to Nsawam prison and say, I'm going to rent a room for one night. Are we together? Okay. Even though you are a Ghanaian and you have a right, you can't go there. Because there are groups of people there that are under punishment. The freedom they need, the freedom that is supposed to be given to them, it has been taken from them because they have erred. They have broken a law. Now, Jesus is a kingdom. Jesus is a world. And it was in that world that everything you see was created. Both the seen and the ones you have not seen. And the ones you are yet to see is created in him. There is a world called Jesus. And in that world, things are created there. And those things are permitted to manifest here. So, as a world, he knows that people will break the law. The devil is in existence. So he created a punishment system for people that will break the law. And those punishment systems are poverty, sickness, afflictions, hard lacks, and all the things you can think of that afflict human beings. And then he set it aside that anyone that breaks the law and is judged and found wanting should be put in this situation. So there are some of you that are walking on earth right now. Even though you have freedom to go everywhere, you don't have freedom. Because you went to the hospital and they told you don't take shots. You went to the hospital, they said don't walk for this number of days. You went to the hospital, the doctor says you can't sleep like this. Sleep like this. All those things you think that, oh, the doctor is doing everything possible to keep me alive. But if you look through it very well, you are going through the punishment system of the sun. How does the devil do that? It was not meant for us. But since we are spirits and we have spirits in us, we are permitted to also be punished by the system of the sun. So the devil will come just like he did to Jesus. Now, the law is that you shall not bow down to any other God apart from the Creator, Elohim. So the devil comes and he says to Jesus, and that is the tactics he has been using for us all these years. So he wanted to use, and it has been working. He wanted to use the same tactics for Jesus. He said, if you say you are the Son of God, turn this stone to bread. You will think it is nothing. I have children that sometimes I'm going through something myself and I'm quiet. And some of them will come to me and tell me, Daddy, use your power. Use your power and solve this problem. Because I know you have power. You have done this thing before. And I'll tell them I cannot abuse the power. When you have gotten to a stage where the ability God has given you, you will use it to feed yourself. You take advantage of the office God has given you to fill your stomach. The devil has succeeded in making you break the rule. Because the rule of the spirit is that what God has given me is not for me, it is for them. That is the rule. That is a spiritual rule. So Jesus was not crucified for him. He was crucified for us. For God so loved the world that he gave. So anyone God sends to this world, he gave. That is why I'm called Matthew, the gift of God. He gave me to the world. He gave me. So I cannot get to a point where I have to now begin to neglect you people and start using the anointing on myself. There are times where my wife is feeling pain. I am one of the most sophisticated healers God has sent on the earth. I am one of them. And there are times where my wife is feeling pain, and I'm not permitted to pray for her because she is my wife. That is why it is difficult for me to allow people to get too close. Because immediately you become part of me, I can't help you. The same way I'm helpless, you will be helpless. God did that so that we will not depend on ourselves, we will depend on Him. So once you come and you cry, and I stretch my hands, and your tears are wiped, I go home and I cry. And I also have to cry to Him. So when you see a man of God going through affliction, don't say, are they not the one that said they can? Because when you go, one of the things that are visible in the realms of the spirit is the laws of the spirit. And the law of the spirit that you are not for yourself as a man of God, you are for the people. So sometimes she's going through pain, and somebody calls me with the same pain, and I'll take the phone and pray for the person, and the person is healed, and she's going through the same pain. If she doesn't understand me, she will leave the marriage. So that is what the devil was trying to do to you. Are hungry, Jesus. Change the stone to bread. You see, you have never seen anything wrong with that scripture. What is wrong with this one? Why should Jesus get angry that Satan is saying, now Satan could test you, be a change stone to bread? No. Satan knows the spiritual law. He wanted Jesus to break the first one. If you're able to change stone into bread and you eat, it means that you cannot die on the cross. You have failed your mission. So I have the ability. I was tested one time when the angel of wealth came to me and he asked me, should we give you the wealth, or we should give you the ability to make people wealthy? And I said, give me the ability to make people wealthy. And he said, you have been chosen among them that the Lord will glorify. I say, amen. That is when he gave me the wisdom to start establishing businessmen. So you see a pastor anointed. So it's not possible. Because that is the number one rule. You cannot change your stone to bread. You cannot change your hardship to enjoyment. It's not possible. So all these pastors that you see, may hear counseling, they are changing stone to bread. I will never get there. So, change stone to bread. Jesus said, man shall not live by bread alone, but by any word that comes from the mouth of God. That means that our supply and sustenance is not with you. Me being taken care of and my family is with Him. Hey, mama kase michero. Nyame anka wakoma untimi mfa mame. Onye. Nti ade bia wo de ba se wo de be mame no. Nyame na ka wakoma se kohwe mako mame. He said to Elijah, he said, go to Zarephath. There is a widow there. I have commanded her to feed you. And yet God has not spoken to the widow. I have commanded the widow. So if God has not commanded you, you cannot bring me offering and say, Daddy, take, I have something for you. You won't do it. So why should I now use? That means God did not call me. I do not trust the God that called me to take care of me. So now I have to use some kind of tricks. And then the second one, he went to Jesus. He said, bow to me. He said, look at all. Look, all the riches of the world, I will give them to you. Because it was given to me. Bow to me. And that is what we do. Sometimes members can put pressure on us, and we want to go and look for power somewhere to come and please them. So we bow to things we are not supposed to bow to. And Jesus said, for it is written, you shall worship the Lord your God only, and only him shall you worship. So there are rules. Immediately you break it as a man of God. We have hunters. They will hunt for you, look, catch you and put you. So you are walking, you are a man of God, you are praying, you are. May you never be in a church where the man of God is a prisoner. Never. And sorry be a while, oh man of God, no, or a prisoner. God does not value his talk. So you have to get to a place in life where you are able to decide how you will live your life, whether in poverty, in pain, in affliction, or in the joy of the Lord. For everything that you need, you can get it. This is what we call the mega life. You can have it. You cannot live in this life and think that when you don't access the spirit realm or the unseen realm, you can still survive. No. You are then going to be living on people that have made it. That is why it is either you are backed by God or by the devil to make impact in this life. No. Manufacture the profit in the spirit realm. Negotiate your dealings in the spirit realm. He said, my God shall supply all your need according to his riches in glory, not on earth. So the riches that you are going to depend on must be from his glory, not you. You cannot define your riches on this earth. That is why the Bible says that do not save or store your goods or your blessings in the physical realm. He said take it to the heavens where dust or mold cannot destroy it. Which means that you have to make investment in the spirit realm for investment to work for you here. You have to do business in the spirit realm for business to work for you here. You have to generate power in the spirit realm for power to work for you here. For this realm is a realm of manifestation, not creation. So come here and manifest. If only you have something you have created there. Some of you are trying to manifest. Some of you are trying to manifest what you have not created. That is why the Bible, you can never marry on this earth if you have not married in the spirit. That is why I say he who finds a wife, which means that in the spirit you were already married and you are a wife before a man can find you. So he who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord, which means that you were already a wife in the spirit realm. So you are just about to manifest it. The Bible did not say he who finds a woman, he said he who finds a wife. So are you a wife in the spirit? If you have not had your wedding in the spirit, don't expect it here. If you have not had your marriage in the spirit, don't expect it here. If you have not clocked the covenant of being a millionaire in the spirit, don't expect it here. It will not happen. Things don't just manifest. You have to make it work. That is where men of God come in. Sometimes they have to hold your hand because you cannot negotiate in the spirit without a lawyer. You need a man of God that can read the laws to you. A man of God knows. Because you need to sign after you have negotiated things. The Bible said after Daniel had prayed for so many days, an angel was released And when the thing was entering into that earth realm, and another angel called the Prince of Persia resisted the prayer. Then Daniel realized that the prayer was not coming through. Then he realized, oh, I have not been to the spirit too. Then he prayed again. You don't just ask for things. Create them and then manifest them. How do you create them? How? How do you negotiate in the realms of the spirit? How do you access that realm? Now, the first spiritual rule of accessing the spirit realm is that before you can enter that place, somebody must die. The advantage of we Christians is that we don't have to sacrifice any blood to access the realm, because the sacrifice has already been done. And it is not the sacrifice of a virgin, a child, a pregnant woman. It is not the sacrifice of a royal. It is the sacrifice of a God, which makes this blood the most powerful blood in every galactic realm. When you access this blood, you can enter any realm, from the first realm to the seventh dimension. You can access it. If only you know what you are doing, you can access it, because it is the blood of a God, a royal majesty that is not of this earth. It is the blood of the Creator himself, who has come to dwell in man. It is the blood of a mighty God that was shed for you. So the blood is not simply for cleansing your sin. That is the religious interpretation. The blood is a purchasing power that gives you supernatural right to access realms and come out free. The blood is a purchasing power that gives you right in some dimensions. So the blood is not for just sacramental. No. The blood is the deepest covenant that opens any portal at all, even to the throne room of grace. The blood. The blood. So whilst people are killing their mothers to access maybe the fourth dimension, you are having access to the seventh dimension and you don't even know. And anything that is created from the fourth dimension cannot be compared to what was created in the fifth dimension. And the fifth dimension cannot be compared to what was created in the sixth and the seventh dimension. It can't. So the quality of what you have depends on the kind of blood you use. Whose blood are you applying? Now you know me yesu moja we bread na sa and moja na moja ni anyama yesi yanumu ye ma yesi yemfa nye niama. They gave us the blood, so that is why we can open the gate of death and bring somebody back, because the blood is capable of unlocking any realm. It is capable of unlocking every realm. You need money, get the blood. So Falina Mahas, activate it, unlock the realms, go there, make negotiations with your soul. Tell them why divinity should release resources for you. When you are able to plead your case very well, if you realize you cannot talk, you don't have a voice in the spirit realm, come for somebody like me. Let's go to the spirit realm. Let's have negotiations on your behalf. Somebody said the unseen realm. Somebody said the unseen realm. Yeah. Why should Jesus Christ just say, I am going, just as the Father has sent me, so I am sending you? And he said, some he called apostle, prophet. No. You see, you need to understand that God doesn't just do things. He knows there are things you will not know. He will not tell you. And he has told some people, they hold the secret to the kingdom. So you enter the spirit realm. And then when you enter that place, you look. If I am the one going with you, I am now going to look and say, okay, your family, your name. Robert, what? Your family name? Abaya. So your family's name is Abaya. So I go into the realms and I look for the history of Abaya. Now, to look for the history of Abaya, I need to look for two people in the spirit: the bookkeeper for your family and the angel for your family. So the bookkeeper comes and he's holding the book, but there is a seal on the book. So I look for the angel of your family and I ask for him to untie the seal for me. Can I teach you? So I ask for the angel of the family. That is what a lot of our forefathers worship as God. He is the angel of the family. No man of God can go past that angel to do you well. It's not possible for a man of God to say, that is why before you can be touched by a man of God, you need to subject yourself to the vision and the calling of the man of God. You need to become a family to the man of God. I don't know whether you're getting me. That is why you need to be submissive to the man of God. That is why this thing, daddy, papa, came through. Because then you are seeing the person to be a spiritual head over your life. With that, the angel over your home recognize the person that you, by your own will, sent yourself for this person to help. So when the spiritual man I call the Abaya family, I need two different entities. The entity called the bookkeeper, he has the record of everything that has ever transpired in your family. He has it on record. I call him, then I call the angel of the house, the angel in charge of the Abaya family. I call him, and then so when you die, you are not going to paradise. You are going to wait in the bosom of the angel in charge of your family. That is why they will say that you went and you met some of your ancestors. They are all in the bosom of the angel of the family. That the one that belongs to Israel is called Abraham's bosom. So you, when you die right now, you are not going to Abraham's bosom. Abraham doesn't know you. That is what they don't teach you. Abraham doesn't know you, but God picked a particular family and decided to make an example so that we can learn out of it. Then we decided that now Israel is our family. Israel is not my family. I belong to a particular root. My family is not a sinful family, even though I am one of the greatest people to exist in the family. So right now, Abraham had a father. But God did not use Abraham's father because the covenant was not with Abraham. So the first person in your family that makes covenant with God, they use the place they will go and rest before judgment comes as the name. They use the person's name for him. He's the one that makes the first covenant in the family. So anyone that dies in your house goes to his bosom. I don't know whether he gets me. Now, so they have the record of everything. So in me, my life, I am the first person to make covenant in my family. So the name Matthew Garvy refuses to be a name anymore. It becomes a place of rest for anyone that dies after me. They will dwell in me. Are you getting what I'm saying? That is why Jesus could say that today you'll be in paradise with me. That paradise is talking about is Abraham's bosom, the place of rest. After the trumpet is blown, judgment will come. They are going to call all those people and bring them to judgment. We all have our own. You are coming from somewhere. That is why in the book of Matthew chapter 1 from verse 1 going down, he talks about the genealogy of Jesus Christ. He's just teaching us that even Jesus that is born by God, who is God born by a woman, is having a genealogy. He's following a particular pattern. And when you continue, the Bible says the angel in charge of Israel is called Michael. When you call Michael, Michael will not come because he is not assigned to your family, but it's an angel assigned to your family. We call him the angel in charge of the Abaya family. I now go and call these two entities, and then I'll sit down with them. Now the entity, because before I can be able to negotiate for you, I need to understand the history of your family. The angels that are in charge of your family has been wronged by your forefathers, so they are angry. Anyone that approaches them, they can put you down. The angels themselves can raise judgment against the family because they have the right over the family. Just as we have angels in charge of a nation, a continent, that's the same way we have angels in charge of a family, angel in charge of a person. Are you getting me? So I sit down with this angel. He opened the books and he begins to read to my hearing. And I begin to hear. So in the year 1706, there was a man who was a hunter who lived at a particular place. And this man came and dwelt with a particular, was a hunter. So he was moving across a particular place. And he saw a deer. In the realms of the spirit, my eyes are open. When he saw the deer, he decided. So whilst I was speaking, the angel of your father's house, I was just making I was using you for example, but then I don't know, some way somehow the angel just came and so an angel of the Lord told me, whilst the angel is reading the story, 1706, and there was a man that dwelt in your family, and the man was a great hunter, and he went to the bush to hunt, and the whole night he got nothing, and he saw a deer. And when he saw the deer, he took out his gun and he shot the deer. Now what I saw was not really a gun, it was like a spear. You know, a spear. And he shot the deer, and the deer was about to die. When the deer was about to die, the deer changed into a beautiful lady. Not knowing the deer was a god of the bush, and your great grandfather was not aware of it. And because of that, before the person would die, he declared that a sun is going to scorch, and this sun is going to kill and melt this hunter and destroy his generation. So when the hunter was coming back from the hunting, all of a sudden a sun started scorching. It's still in the middle of the night. The sun started scorching, and the sun was so strong that it was burning things even on the ground. So this man prayed, and he said that any god in the bush that can help him at that time, any god that can help him, he and his family will put themselves on him. Then the angel of the Lord appeared and became like a shield. He formed a shield on top of him, and when he looked up, he saw that there was this shield that has caused a shadow between him and the sun that was shining. And he saw. Then he asked. When he lifted up his eye, he saw palm branches forming a shield, and it was not able to get bent by the scorching sun. So he stayed under the palm branches until the time that the goddess has spoken came to pass, and the scorching sun stopped. Then when he came home, he told his family that he was saved by palm branches in Ewe or Yona palm branches Benuka Abaya. He was saved by. Then he said, from today, to honor that spirit that saved them, from today, that spirit will be called Abaya. We call Abaya. You say it's what? You know about the story? Okay. So now I've gone back and I've gotten the history. Now when they started growing, they told some of them, they started making a deity and a god around, so they will have a big palm tree in their home, and around the palm tree are some carved images and gods which they started worshiping. They started worshiping the palm tree to the point that sometimes even when you go to his hometown, there are palm trees at particular places that if you don't know and you go there at night, the palm trees move like human beings and they do some things, and they tell them stories about palm trees and how they should not joke with palm trees and everything. God said, I should tell you that out of that, the angel had an agenda with your family and started going with your family from strength to strength. So your family, you are well protected. Things don't just happen to you. You don't just die, but you don't have money. You don't have money, you are broke, everything goes bad. You get money, you lose it. But when it comes to protection, when you do it, it will not happen because the angel is protecting them enough, but they are not being able to move past the protection and enjoy the fruit of the palm. They are just enjoying the branches of the palm. So the angel is saying, no man has cursed you people, but just that the devil has found a way of limiting you people in knowledge not to enjoy the fruit of the palm. You worship the palm branch, you worship the palm branch instead of taking the palm and eating of it. You just worship the palm branch. So now we have to go into the spirit realm and negotiate and let the spirit of that palm, the palm tree, come and now deliver its full content to you people, so that you will not just enjoy the protection, you enjoy the fruit. It got to a time in your home when it is from 6 o'clock going, you don't use broom to sweep your house. Up to now, it is because of that covenant with the palm branch. They said it is a dishonor to the God of the family when you people use broom to sweep the house. Oh, come on. Don't try this at home. This is for teaching purpose only. Now, after I have finished getting the history from the family, I now have knowledge on how you became and the kind of blood that flows through you, the information the blood has, the cognitive ability of the blood. So most of you, even when you go to school, it gets to a point you leave school, you love business. You leave school and go and do business. Either you do. And most of you, if care is not taken, you become like military men, soldiers, police, a lot of you. Because in the family lineage, you see hunters that were protected by palm branches. So the family was not having a name like Abaya from the beginning until one of his grandfathers was saved by a palm branch. And from that place, they took the name and they were going with it. But now, I am now seeing that, okay, this is the situation of the family. Now let me sit down with the angel of the house and begin to talk to the angel on how we can negotiate their breakthrough. Now the angel said, I have said some things across and they have not listened to me. Number one, his forefathers were not supposed to say anything that is against women, because how do we call it? A dirty annual. And women are the land, they are the earth. Yes, it's a Drianbe year, this year they share a form. Nasa form no a your ma. You people are not supposed to disappoint women. You are not supposed to make women cry. But in your generation, even your forefathers married women and neglected them. And some of them became single mothers. Even your mother went through the same problem. Now I have seen what has caused the family to crash. And even in his life right now, the same thing. Because of that, they also marry bad women. So at the end of the day, they are forced to push the women away. It becomes a problem. And immediately you treat a woman wrong in this family, your life, you begin to cut short your... Please sit down, sit down. So the angel tells me this is the only rule he gave them because of the nature of their being. God crafted them to depend on the earth. And the nature of the earth, or the signature of the earth, is a woman. He's a mother earth. So anytime they put women in places, so you don't marry a woman that is too emotional. You do something too much, she curses you. You do something too much, you break down, because your mother, even up to now, if she's alive, is in pain that your father did not deal with her well. Your mother took care of you people single-handedly, going to the market, selling and taking care of you people. You are married, I know, and that is why the devil will consistently attack your marriage. If you fight today, you fight tomorrow. You resume tomorrow. The next day, you fight today, you fight tomorrow. All these things is because the devil is giving you path and reasons why you should have this problem. And one problem is that the devil has also planted the problem of anger in all the men. They get angry and because of that, it becomes a big problem. Immediately you fight with your wife, your finances dry up. Immediately you have problem with your wife, everything goes down. Yeah, now he's beginning to understand things. It's not because your wife is an angel or anything. It is your own family covenant. Pamper her, be with her. Make sure that you make her happy. Buy things for her. Let her feel at home. Let her pray for you. Let her bless you. Immediately that happens, the angel in charge of your family will be activated. Now all the things that you have lost, now I have come as a prince to negotiate on your behalf. You have to be consistent with God. Number one, you have to keep your house. Don't divorce. Don't divorce. Because you are getting there. You are close. Don't divorce. You are a man. Keep your home. Your wife wants to go, grab her, buy her things, give it to her, keep her. Don't divorce. Because immediately you do that, your children will continue the curse. Or let me say, your children will continue the ignorance. The truth of the matter is, now I have your family file and the consent of the angel of your family in my hands. Now I can navigate you through the things and establish you. And make sure that you too, whatever you do, should prosper. Now, I will need one communion wine to open a portal to a realm. I'll tell you what you should be doing every day. You'll be creating wealth. And when the time comes, I will catapult that wealth from the unseen world to the seen world. You will start seeing grace.